Alright, welcome to the second vlog for Everyday Ultra. Well, in this video I have an update on one of the running events and I have a couple confessions. First things first, you may be wondering why I'm in the kitchen waving around a butcher knife. The reason for that is I'm on a time crunch today, and so the only time I have to even shoot some type of video is while I'm meal prepping for this coming week. So I'm cutting up some Honeycrisp apples and I'm going to shoot this vlog and give you guys a little update. So let's get right to it. Oh, and stick around and see if I end up cutting off one of my fingers. So the first update is actually let's start with the first confession because that'll make more sense. So confession number one. So I don't know if you stuck around and watched the very first vlog. If you did, congratulations. Your level for entertainment's very low because it was pretty rough for my first vlog. And after that vlog, especially what people don't see is the background editing that goes into that. And I didn't even really edit the video that much, but the shooting, the editing, the multiple takes, that all takes a lot of time. And everyone, they say your own worst critic, and I definitely was on that video. And after looking at it, I thought it was so rough that I just wanted to stop vlogging altogether because it was taking up so much time and I was putting so much emphasis on how I sounded, how I looked, the editing, that I didn't even know how I was going to be able to shoot the videos and edit them and still maintain all the training I need to do for these ultra marathons. So I almost quit altogether shooting the vlogs. But thankfully, to a few good friends, encouraging people that didn't even know I was considering quitting doing the vlog thing altogether, they said I should stick with it, and I'll share kind of what that entails. So I decided if I'm truly going to give people an idea of what it's like to train for these and just be that common everyday person, then I think they should see just some raw footage. Nothing that's this entertainment value or edited to the extreme to make everything look great, or you get to only see me at the highest of highs. So I decided I'm going to keep going with the vlog, and you're just going to get to see the raw footage. And that's that. And you know what? If it's not any good, then that's fine. You don't have to watch it. And I don't really think, I'm not trying to make these videos for entertainment. I don't want people to sit here and watch my videos for hours on end or however long they may be. Really, it's about the message that's important. So I'm hoping people come here, they get motivated for whatever their goal is, and they honestly just stop watching my video halfway through and go out and achieve that, because I really don't care if I make tons of money off having a YouTube channel or not. So anyway, so let me get off my soapbox and let's get to the update. I haven't lost a finger yet, but that's not the update. So this past weekend I went up and I told you guys I was doing the Charlevoix Marathon. I got that shirt, so completed it. But let me share something with you. So I had this goal, I wanted to finish the marathon in under 4 hours. I didn't make it. So that's confession number two. I did not finish the marathon in under 4 hours. It was 4 hours and 9 minutes. So I just figured I'd get on here and summarize what happened during that marathon, because I want to share with you the struggles too. I almost want to share the struggles more than just the victories, because I feel like we learn more from that. So it was a great day. The weather was perfect. And let me just say, I loved the marathon. I loved the views. We were running by Lake Michigan almost the entire time. Even though it's, a smaller marathon as far as the number of people, people were still out cheering. It was really cool. So I love it. I'm going to do it again. So let me just say that first. It was a great experience and I'll do it again. The weather was perfect. Started out at 6 a.m. is when the gun went off. It was about 45 degrees, and when I finished just after 10 a.m., it got up into the 60s, and there was a light breeze, no rain, a little bit of sun, but there's a lot of shade on the path that you're running on. It's like a paved biking path that goes from Charlevoix into Petoskey, Michigan. So the weather was great. Really what my trouble was, for some reason, my stomach was acting up. I don't know why. A couple times I felt like I was just gonna crap my pants. So I stopped fueling probably around mile 10 just because I just couldn't really hold it down. I didn't try any new feeling products. I use the Honey Stinger gummies. I've used those on tons of training runs. I've used them in other races. They were fine. So I don't know why my stomach was acting up. I don't have a clear answer other than it just wasn't my day. So that was frustrating. And then I was just taking in water and Gatorade at the aid stations. The second thing was I felt like I had just bricks tied to my calves. My legs felt so heavy. And I don't know if it's because I didn't do a true taper for this marathon, because I kind of just worked this race into my overall training plan. I did let up a little bit on the training, so I wasn't doing a ton of intense runs. My legs felt fairly fresh for the race, but yeah, they were heavy. It was relatively flat course, but there was one area where you kind of have to run up this hill because you're running up towards a bridge that goes over top of the highway. And that was at mile 10, and just even at mile 10, I could just tell my legs were not wanting to cooperate that day. And then the other thing was, oddly enough, I had my neck and my left shoulder were just extremely sore. So there's just a lot of things, my body just overall was kind of rejecting the idea of the race. But you know what? I finished that thing, and I got that shirt and a great medal. It was an awesome time. It was a lot of fun. My family came out to watch me, which meant a lot to me. It's a great spectating course. If you're able to go up and do it and have people that want to come out and support you, I highly recommend it, because you're running along essentially the main highway between these two cities on a path, so you're not even in the road. So people can just keep drive ahead of you by a mile and get out. And it was really cool. I was able to high-five my nieces along the road, mid-run. Just a really cool environment. So I was disappointed that I couldn't get under the 4 hours, but at the same time, it left a little chip on my shoulder still, so it really woke me up to my training. And if I'm being honest, what really needs to happen if I'm going to improve my time is I need to lose weight. I need to cut weight. I'm hanging around 205, and I'm not going to claim to be just like some 8% body fat, muscled out person. I definitely have some fat that I need to cut back on. So I'm working on changing my diet around a little bit to maintain good fuel sources, but also hopefully try to get down to, I'd like to be around between 180 and 185 when I do the Marquette 50 trail run this coming August. So that's just 2 months out. I don't know if that's going to be a realistic goal or not, but even if I can get around 190, cut 10, maybe 15 pounds, I still think that would make a huge difference overall. And I'll share some of what I'm doing as far as the weight cutting, and I'll try to update you in other videos as to how that's going, how I feel. Do I notice any struggle in the training routine with trying to cut the weight, or do I even feel better? And I'll kind of just update you as to what I'm doing for that. So that's the update for this video. So thanks for sticking with it. I'm going to stick with it too, and just try to really give you a glimpse into just the raw, barely edited footage of what it's like to try to maintain that 50-60 hour work week, all the other family responsibilities that come with it, and a rigorous training schedule, and we'll see if we can do it together. Thanks guys, I'll catch you next time.